Good day to your family. Um, Welcome to another edition of Grande Morro Radio. I'm your humble brother and your servant, and we're gonna switch up a little bit on this video right here. And this is a video that is going to help some of you brothers out, some of you sisters too. You know, if you're inclined or willing. I know today it is rough. Yes, it is rough today in whatever situation you're in, on your employment, whether you're on your own business or whatever, whether you're trying to get your young one to grab a hold of something young so they're just not always on video games, and you can kind of guide them in the right direction so they'll have a career that they can be able to build themselves and grow, you know, as they get older. Now, several years back when I came out of high school, I went straight to the Army Reserves, right? And so I grabbed 2 MOSs in the Army Reserves. One of them was logistics, and the other one was communications. Okay. Now, fast forward to today. Today, as we all know, my field or trade is electrical, right? So only thing I'm doing now is I'm just passing on some gems. Personally, if it was up to me, if I had control, I'm gonna just say it like this: if I had control, the yes or no authority in your life that would steer you in whichever direction to go as far as a trade or business, I would say go electrical. And the reason why I'm saying that is because at times like today, I don't care what anybody tells you, because man is not what he's told, he's what he knows. You understand? Today, if you are in, let's say, a warehouse, assembly, you may be in customer service, detail. I'm not sure what you're in, but what I'm doing is I'm affirming and I'm putting out the energy that you might need to change paths, change career paths. You understand? I'm not saying you have to have $1 million worth of tools. No, you don't. You do not need $1 million worth of tools. But what I'm saying is, if you grab the basics, you understand? I have a little bit more than the basics, but I always keep the basics. You understand? The basics for electricity: power drills, impacts, meters, small wrench sets, multiple ratchet wrench sets, multiple. And it doesn't matter what age you are, you see, especially the younger ones, especially if you have a son or daughter that's in high school. You need to grab small drills, small bags, grab small tool sets for your child, for your son. And like I said, if your daughter's inclined, hey, put it in her life. We need more women electricians. There's nothing wrong with it. They can do the job. It'll get a little difficult for the women when it's time to pull wire, and I'm not taking away from women's ability. However, it's when it's time to pull wire on the new construction, or you're installing that 4-inch gray PVC pipe, the 2 or 3 foot underground, and you got 100 or 200 foot of that to put together, and then you got to put a 90 in it at the end and go up inside the building, the panel to a building. That's the real deal. And I'm not saying a woman can't do it. I'm just saying it is difficult. You understand? But like I said, you might need to be, I'm gonna keep it real. You need to go to electricity. Go to your, it don't matter. You can go on whatever listing, job listing, especially in, look, and not to be, because I'm not a boastful type guy, I'm not a grandstand, I'm not showboating, but I've got at least 4 offers right now. A couple of them are out of state, and I'm not necessarily trying to move out of state, but one thing you'll always have in the electrical field is you're gonna have work. Always. Now, it may get slow for you, because it's gotten slow for me before, because there's some elements of it also that you'll have to deal with, and that comes in your maturation, you growing and you becoming more mature in your character and etc. You know, sometimes we need a personality adjustment. You know, I haven't always been perfect. I'm not perfect now. I've had to adjust, you know, my attitude a little bit, character. I've had to move to, let me go over here and do it over here, because yeah, you're gonna come into, you'll have that element that hates you. Yeah, they'll hate the way you look. Yes, you will have that element. However, you're bigger than, you understand? You're bigger than the small-minded that hates you just because you look better than them. You understand? We all know this to be true. It's all good. Now, you beginning or getting your apprenticeship in electricity, even just as a first year, you understand? A first year apprentice, depending on what state you're in, you're going to start around $18, $20 an hour. That's a first year apprentice. You understand? And then as you carry on, second, third year, you get to your 4th year, and if you're consistent, if you're picking up in your first year, because that's actually it's the most important year of your trade. Once you jump into electricity, is your first year. Your teacher is going to tell you that when you go to school, this is the most important year for you in electricity, because this first year is going to make you or break you. You're going to want to hang it up, throw it away, or you're going to want to proceed on, you know, kind of based on your first year. So I'm in my 3rd year now. What takes place as you mature and you gain more information, you get more experience in the field. You understand? I've got over 5,000 hours, field hours. You understand? If I'm not mistaken, in most states it's 7,000 to 8,000 hours to test out for a journeyman. As a journeyman, then you can have your journeyman's license, and then you can work alone by yourself on projects, industrial, commercial, residential, but you'll work under a master. And when I say master, I mean master electrician in license, not master as that he owns you. No. Don't get it twisted. That's just the verbiage in the trade. Come in, you do 4 years as an apprentice, then you become a journeyman, and then if you want to carry on where you can receive calls from big time corporations or big time entities, from architects that need master electricians to approve their work and do the work and oversee the work. You understand? You can go and get your masters after you get your journeymans. See? But what I'm really trying to reiterate to you is grabbing the basics as far as tools and your own PPE gear. I know what a lot of y'all know. You should know what PPE gear is. You know, your helmet, your vest, boots, you understand? Things of that nature. Nice level 3 or level 5 gloves for installation or whatever, because you'll be bending pipe, conduit, strut, cable tray, different things like that. Installing, I've done several videos earlier, I know y'all remember, but I erased them because I didn't think I had enough storage on my phone to just hold a lot of videos. But I got a pretty good decent phone now, so I can make videos, and I can have I've got a lot of storage space on this phone now, so I can pass on a lot more videos and stuff. I'm gonna get into it later on this year. You're gonna see some work. I'm gonna get down. You're gonna see some real get down. The few videos that I got on there and I've taken down, it's all right. It's not no big deal or whatever, but I was just giving you the ropes, giving you the experience as I was, getting acclimated to it. So like I said, in tough times, you'll be in high demand. Like right now, there's several jobs right now that as a journeyman, they give you $35 to $40 an hour. Then they'll pay you $125 to travel. If you're like 50 miles or more from the site, they'll give you $125 a day. This is for real. They give you $125 a day for per diem. That'll be for your food, for you being away from the home, from your, residence. And then you'll get your hourly rate. So if you're at let's say $25 an hour as a, second year, you're on 10-hour shifts. You understand? You'll get $250 a day. Well, you'll get $250 a day, and then you'll add that per diem to that. So $375, $400 a day is daily. That's what you'll make. So, I just wanted to share that with you because, it's hard. I do understand right now it is hard for a lot of people, and a lot of people are upside down. But I just want to give you this inspiration. Hey, don't be afraid to make the change, make the career change. Don't be afraid. Update your resume or whatever means that you use to reel in, you know what I'm saying, somebody to bring you aboard with them. And don't be afraid to apply as an apprentice. You'll see them all over these websites. You'll see. If you got to know how to research for them. Just type in apprentice, electrical apprentice. You understand? In Indeed or whatever, whatever platform you use. But type that in, and there's a lot of companies that will bring you in with no experience. I've already said this several years ago, right? And I'm still in it today. When it's rough out here, I'm still in it today. I'm still able to go and make a decent fiat. I'm not gonna lie. Work has slowed down before in the past. Oh yeah, that's how it goes. It goes like that sometimes, but 95 to 99% of the time, there's almost too much work in this trade. And so they need a lot of bodies coming in, learning electricity, and being able to stay on, get your journeymans, and then, working for yourself, or, progressing up and, running your own work with other, entities or corporations if must be. So, again, invest in yourself, man. You can have the game. I'm not knocking the video games. I got away from the video games. With $500, I can go buy some new drills and new hard hat tools. And that $500 that you spend on video games, you could fund yourself for the rest of your life with $500 with a nice bag. This ain't the best work bag. It's one of my older ones, full of tools, socket set. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple pairs of impacts. You know what I'm saying? Drills and impacts. And Hey, you can go to work and you can take off work when you want to because you're in high demand. And all of your stuff or all of your hours that you've worked can be verified, goes towards your electrical license, your journeyman's and your master's. You're in high demand. Do you understand? As soon as most employers see you have an electrical background, an electrical installation background, and the only thing you're doing in electricity is, you're installing all the hardware and you're installing all the circuits, and you're able to move electricity safely from one side of a building to the other side of the building and install it safely inside of an apartment complex, a regular house, a restaurant, big time industrial manufacturers. You can move electricity. That's all you're doing. You're transferring. You're moving electricity safely from one spot to the next. And when you can do that safely, you are the cream of the crop. And when I say don't worry about the danger, I'm saying you don't have to come in frightful. Don't come in fearful. Can electricity kill you? Of course it can kill you. A lot of people die getting electrocuted. Yes. Do I worry about getting electrocuted? No. Why don't I worry about getting electrocuted? Is because when you're taught the proper way to determinate and terminate, and when I say determinate, that means to disconnect the electricity from a device, a home, a panel, etc. When you can determinate it and terminate it, which means to hook it up, to install it properly in the correct process that it goes in. You just don't grab stuff and start putting it together or taking it apart. No. You don't do that. But you're taught how to take the correct process. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. When you install it correctly and can take it out correctly, you're the cream of the crop. That you're the cream of the crop. So again, if you're down and you're thinking about, you're in a rut, you don't know what to do, I know you might be on your last. Listen. Fill out an application to be an entered apprentice. Your apprenticeship for your first year. If you're in Texas, you don't need no type anywhere. You don't need any experience. It's buku companies, electrical companies all over that need apprentices. Once you get that first year under your belt, there is no limit. You need to understand this. There's no limit. You can go, because you'll have reciprocity. That means your experience and or license will be recognized by another state. You understand? That's what that means. And when you get to that level, you're good. So that'll keep you from being out on the corner flying a kite. And I don't mean no kite to go up in the air. I mean flying a sign, hey, I need money to feed myself, or I need money for a beer. You won't have to do that. You won't have to get online and say, well, dadgummit, y'all didn't pay me, or I wouldn't got this, and now I need funding. I need y'all to send me. You won't need donations. You won't need to, and I'm not saying you do that intentionally. I'm just saying you won't have to ask the people for fiat or money. You won't have to do that. You'll be straight, and then you can give out information without needing anything because your trade takes care of you. Then you can help take care of your people. Then you can serve your people. Check. So I'm going to wrap this up. So Yamos de Moros, we're all Moors. Peace and love to you. Get your entered apprentice. and you're 100. Adios, mi gente.